Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys were able to enjoy last week's videos. I believe I posted a flip through of my Hobonichi Weeks 2021. It's this one. And an unboxing of my new TWSBI fountain pen. I hope you guys enjoyed those. For today, I'm just excited. I am finally going to open these. They were shipped around September 15, if I'm not mistaken. I made the purchase on September 2nd. So I'm really looking forward to this because I swear ever since I received them in September 15, I have not opened these. I haven't even removed the pen, the free pen from the wrapping, the plastic wrapping, even though there's really nothing else to see inside besides what we already see. But yeah. So I will be unlocking these, and did I just say unlocking? I will be unwrapping these and like looking over them. It's my first time this year to use the Weeks Memo Pads as well as the A6 plain notebook. So you'll notice I didn't actually get the new A6 notebook that has the cover design for this year, 2022. I'm honestly not a fan of the design. It's beautiful and I know some people really loved it, but I just didn't feel an instant connection with it. So I wasn't really willing to add the 200 to 300 yen just to purchase the one with the design if the interior is essentially the same, and I'll be using it as a notebook anyway. And just to give you guys a little idea, let me just get my, here you go. So in 2019, I actually had an A6 along with a Weeks. So I wanted to reuse this cover that I got. This is a Liberty Fabrics cover from that year, 2019. And with the A6 notebook, I'm planning to be able to reuse it. So it's just something I wanted to share. Okay. And at this point, let's get started. All right, so first off, I want to start somewhere people are already very familiar with. So let's start with a pen. Oh, it's still very sticky. I really didn't open this. So as most of you would probably be aware by now, the 2022 Hobonichi Tacho 3 color Jetstream pen is in mint green. Well, I think I'm not sure if it looks mint green on the video. I think it looks pale blue. But it's a mint green color. It's leaning more towards green than it does blue. So for those of you who aren't aware, this is a freebie given by Hobonichi to accompany all of their planners. So you'll notice it has 3 colors. There's red, blue, and black. Okay. Next is the Weeks Memo Pad. So like I said in my previous video, when I place it on top of my Weeks, it actually fits snugly inside. So I think you can also put this on the side pocket that comes with the Hobonichi Weeks. I'll show you in a bit, but first let's open this up. So the memo pad comes in 3s. I believe there are also sizes for A6 and A5. Right? So there's the red, the blue, and the brown for this one. And I think inside, yeah, so you have a fully gridded paper type. No page numbers. let's get back to it later. For now, I will have there we go. Okay, now let's move on to the A6 plain notebook. So again, this is my first time getting the memo pad in the notebook. I'm pretty excited. I really like the designs for the A6, the Hobonichi Weeks this year, so I just had to buy the extra notebooks so I can come to terms with letting go of the extra pages on the Weeks Mega. It's actually a very nice texture. So as some of you might already know, so it's purely just a plain notebook as well in A6 size. And there are different colors actually for this one, sort of to mark, I think, different parts of the notebook that you can use for different purposes. But I won't be doing that. I will actually just use it as a straight up notebook for my bullet journaling this year, this coming 2022. So the logic is, my system from the Mega was to have my bullet journal or daily tracking system on the free pages. So it's the reason why I needed the extra 200, the total 215 pages of this one. It's because of my Bujo. So on the daily, I have so many tasks at work. Sometimes I have very little, especially over the weekend. So I needed something that could work and be flexible to my schedule. Hence my using the Weeks Mega. But of course, seeing the thickness of that, the amount of pages that you have that you can use for Bujo, that's a really big thing for me. So in order to let go of the Weeks Mega for 2022, simply because I just love this design and I love the other designs, but I will only be sticking with one Hobonichi Weeks for the year, I had to incorporate these two. Okay. So now that we've seen those, it's time for the main event. I can't seem to find them. There we go. Oh. Okay, there were like kind of plastic protections on the front and back of the cover. Oh, that's really nice. Do they always have that? I don't think I noticed. And some of you might have already seen this. So they show you a lot more information about Hobonichi, but unfortunately, it's all in, I think this is kanji, hiragana. So it's in Japanese writing, so it's very hard for international customers to read. But all the same, I think you can easily get context clues from the photos. It's a good thing they put in a lot of images. I have some people who are Hobonichi users who actually turned this into a cover. As like they put it as a sort of design over their A5s, their cousins, or AVEC, and then they put the plastic COC over it to protect it. That was a really cool idea. It's so beautiful. And For those of you who aren't aware yet, so it has 2022 embossed in gold on the cover, as well as on the spine. Not sure if that's clear. Oh. It's so hard to get a good zoom or clear view on this camera. There you go. And the cover is really made of fabric, so it has a nice texture to it. Although I feel like it'll be very easily dirtied up without a COC or a week's cover if you've made a purchase. So that's actually a surprise. Maybe towards the end of 2021, I made a surprise purchase and I'll make a video on that as well. But for now, I might reuse one of my old COCs for this one, just to make sure that it's safe and clean. Okay. So it's the same thing as former Weeks regulars. So you have their yearly view at a glance, holidays. I think these are specific to Japan. The year at a glance. Of course, the monthlies, starting with December 2021. I'm very excited to fill these out. And it actually incorporates January 2023, February, as well as March of the following year, in case you have future plans you want to include. And again, the weekly layout also incorporates December 2021, so a month of the previous year. I'm looking for the notes part. There we go. Okay, so for the notes part on this week's regular, you'll see it's considerably lesser. And oh, this slipped out. It's considerably less than the Weeks Mega. So for this particular year, I am making it a point to only use the notes portion for this one for my finance tracking. So all my budgets, my salary, savings, expenses, everything will be here, but the bullet journal system will go here. And I'm also considering starting with the memo pads for that, just so I still can insert this one and have the bojo with me without bringing a secondary notebook around. But of course, it's also fine. I really don't travel as often given the pandemic. Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, so we have some details about Liberty Fabrics. It's actually nice if you read more about them, if you know more about what and which companies Hobonichi collaborates with. Okay, and this is the what I mentioned earlier. It's the small pocket that you can actually attach on the, not on the cover, on the inside of your Hobonichi Weeks. So it serves as an extra pocket that you can use. A lot of the times, I put it on the back. Oh, it's so hard to, okay. A lot of times I put it on the back, either here or here. So it really depends on you and your preference. My only concern about putting it here is if I put the entire week's book in a cover on cover. So this one is actually hidden inside the plastic, and there's a flap here that runs like, up to the center, up to the middle. So just for visual. Okay, so on my Hobonichi Weeks Mega, You can see I have so many stencils and stickers inside, and this is from the actual cover on cover, whereas the extra pocket I placed on the other side. That's my face, I had to cover it. See, so had I placed this one here, it would have been covered by the cover on cover, so it loses its use, it loses its functionality. Some people opt to put it at the very start instead. On this portion, to be exact, because again, you have the cover on this side, so putting that extra pocket here would make it lose its value as well. Okay, so I make it a point to put it here, although it's a bit hard. Okay. But yeah, I think this is the best spot for it to go to. And then I will be inserting this here, like so. So what happens is when you stick the pocket here, you can input the end cover of one of your memos and just slide that in so it fits snugly inside your Hobonichi Weeks. So it looks kind of like that as you're traveling around. So if you don't mind the extra bulk, then it's good to have that with you, just for the extra pages if you wanted. Otherwise, you can opt for a spare notebook that you bring around with you, or you can purchase an extra plain notebook from Hobonichi, just so you can still make use of Tomoe River paper alongside your Hobonichi Weeks regular. So that's an idea from me, because I feel like this is what I'll be working with best for 2022, in light of my moving on from the Weeks Mega for this year, just because I really love this design. I was actually choosing between, well, originally I wanted the Inuyasha design. At the time they had only revealed the A6 and the A5. So when I saw the design of the Weeks with the hologram, I'm not really a fan, to be honest. I live in the country where holographic designs are often considered very cheap designs. Like, it's easily broken, or it's easily tainted, damaged, scratched. So those are the things that, give me a sort of a negative impression of any holographic design. I had also considered the four-side moon-side, but then upon seeing how glossy it was, it's the same line of thought. I didn't want to have something that could easily get scratched, and you can easily see those damages under certain light angles. So I ended up choosing between either the footprints or this one. Okay, and just to give you a little background, so you'll notice I've had these three from previous years. This was my 2019 Weeks. My 2020, I actually got both the Tokyo Towers and the Ochitsuke. The reason being, I actually opted for the Tokyo Towers myself because I wanted a January start. But upon seeing this design, I really loved it. And this was actually a purchase made by my brother for me. So I gave it to me as a gift because he heard me fawning over it. And he said it would be the perfect gift, knowing that I actually wanted it. So seeing these three designs, so they were very simple, rather plain. So I wanted something a bit more, how would you say, dynamic, a bit more extroverted in design. That's why I opted for this one. Plus, if you'll notice on the footprints, similar to this one, the image ends here, and then you have usually the name of the artist or that particular design footprints, which photographer actually took that photo. So they had his name inputted here. And my concern there is I wanted a design that goes all the way, okay, similar to the Tokyo Towers. So I just couldn't bring myself to choose the footprints at that point when I saw the back side. Whereas here, all throughout, you have florals. All throughout, you have this gorgeous design. Okay, it's a very light muted color. It doesn't pop in your face like neon, so that makes it very easy on the eyes. Then it gives you that happy light feel when you look at it. So that's just, you know, my thought process for choosing this one for 2022. All right, so thanks so much for watching this, guys. So just gave a very brief, well, it's not really brief, we're already running at a few minutes now, but thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you appreciated a better look at the Hobonichi Weeks regular, particularly this design. This is the Liberty Fabrics Joanna Louise. And I hope for those of you who actually made this purchase, I hope you love this design because it's really beautiful. There's so much to love about it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. I will, just to give you a preview for the next video, I will be posting my Hobonichi 2022 setup. So you'll know, again, which systems from 2021 I'll be migrating to this, and how I'll be incorporating the A6 notebook as well as the memo pads. So I'm still thinking that up at this point, but as soon as that's final, I will again record another video so you can see how I set everything up in case you guys want to apply some of the systems that I've made for myself. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Please stay safe. Take care of your healths, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.